Action replay is best suited to the debriefing of exercises in which there is plenty of action involving the whole group. If the action was repetitive, it may be too difficult for participants to synchronize their replay. Games that involve getting the whole group from A to B are often well suited for action replay. Games in which there is little movement, such as mental puzzles or board games, are less suitable. For the activity, you need a dummy microphone and a dummy remote control. You'll be taking some interviews. Action replay is a classic example of active reviewing, as well as being a challenging team exercise in its own right. It involves reenacting an activity as if a video of the activity is just being replayed. Just as on TV, the action is played back to examine an incident more closely or to replay an event worth celebrating. In this age, full of TV and video, the exercise is readily understood and needs little explanation. Compared to video work, action replay is much quicker to set up, edit and replay because there are no technical problems. And it also has quite a few advantages. It is more convenient and versatile, so it can be used almost anywhere. It keeps involvement and energy high. It is an exercise in memory, creativity and teamwork. It provides opportunities for leadership, interviewing and commentating. And it can be used as a search technique to find incidents or issues to debrief more thoroughly. A dummy microphone adds extra purpose and interest to the replay. Any group member, actor or audience can pause the action and pick up the dummy microphone to interview someone involved in the action. They can ask questions from any point of the learning cycle, to clarify what had been going on up to that point, to give people a chance to express their feelings, especially if unknown to others, to analyze the situation. Why were you doing that? How did that happen? Or to look to the future with questions like, how could you build on what worked well? What could you take from this experience into the workplace? As an alternative, you can introduce a dummy remote control before the replay starts. You or the participants can pre-select which moments to replay by requesting selected highlights. Where's that button? Or you can just ask for the whole activity to be replayed. While taking part in a replay, anyone can ask for the remote to slow down the replay at a particular moment or to see it again. Remind people about useful buttons on the remote and warn that you may invent some new buttons that no one has ever heard of before. Once you have demonstrated the possibilities of using the remote control, participants can take it in turns to direct the action. The dummy controls are not only fun to play with, but they also provide opportunities for some very focused and controlled debriefing.
We've got two items of equipment here. First of all, the remote control, right? So you will be able to select moments during that event that you want to see again. You just rewind and play. If you want it in slow motion, you can press the slow motion button. If you want to pause, you can pause at any time. And you can invent any dials that you want. But the idea is to look at interesting moments again, and you can discover new things, because when you press the pause button and stop, everyone involved in the action can then be interviewed during the pause moment, and that's what you need this for. You can ask your questions from any part of the zone, but the main thing that it's valuable for is what were you thinking, what were you feeling? Because this brings out new information that maybe not everyone knew at the time. I mean, I don't really know, Joe, you were doing a lot of running around out there, for example. I mean, I don't really know what you're feeling. But in the replay, if we get a replay of all Joe's toing and froing out there, we might discover something that we didn't know. So this is the idea, is to have a bit of fun with this, but also to bring out new information.
Next, we will start delving into exercises that reveal feelings. Have you ever done an empathy test? If not, find out how to do it in the following lecture. Roger says,
Action replay is probably my most favourite active reviewing method. It's so versatile. With the remote control, you can play with the buttons and have a lot of fun. With the pause button and the interview process, you can go as deep as you want to. It's really good at taking people back into the experience. and I especially like giving the controls to the participants so that they have the responsibility of using the remote control. They have the responsibility of carrying out the interviews. Sometimes it's worth giving a good demonstration to start with, but I like to have the participants get their hands on the tools as soon as possible, in this method and in other methods too.